before we head off to our next destination, I wanted to actually come to Auto Shop and purchase one thing. As you can see, my bolt total is a little higher than it was last time. I made sure to farm for a teeny little bit in Burner Man stage to get my bolt count up high enough for everything that I want, because this will be the final video in which I do shopping. This time around we'll purchase the super armor. Really the main thing about this is to have less than 200 bolts before you step into the next level here. And now that we are at that goal, let's go see what's waiting for us on the inside. Oh no, teleporters. This seems awfully familiar. Unfortunately, Roll doesn't have anything she can offer us, so we're just going to have to go step inside one of these things and find out what's waiting for us the old-fashioned way. On the inside, we find that there aren't refights, but rather these boxes, or to be more accurate, capsules, that you're going to have to shoot open. The thing is, though, you have to use a specific special weapon for each room. In this instance, it might not have been the brightest idea to start with the copy vision room, since most people don't know that it can shoot through walls, unlike base's default buster. But the reason I chose to do that room was so I could get to this room faster with the remote line. Guiding it up and down through that small little passage is not an easy thing. In fact, I wound up messing that up over and over again in one take, and ran out of special weapon energy altogether. While that doesn't sound like that big of a deal, note that when you leave this area via the teleporter at the top of the room, your special weapon energy is not going to be restored, even though the game's going to give you a save prompt. This means you can do one of two things: either go to the intro stage and farm the moles for weapon energy, or more likely, just use that save and then reset the game, since your special weapon energy will then restore itself. No base, you can't use the buster here, you gotta rebound the Tengu blade up off the wall like that to get the large bolt. Sheesh! The large bolts here give you 100 a pop, just like they did in Mega Man 7. That's why I told you to spend your bolts, because you're going to wind up getting 800 through this stage. That's pretty neat. Another thing that's kind of neat is that this stage is actually unlocked the moment you defeat any one of the Robot Masters in the large column of 5, starting with Burner Man all the way down to Magic Man. The thing is, though, that there's really no point in coming here until you've defeated all 8 Robot Masters, because the fact of the matter is King Tower is not going to be unlocked until you've taken care of all 8 capsule rooms. To deal with this final one, pull out the lightning bolt, making sure to step out on the left side of the teleporter, because that's where the bolt comes in. Take it and, well, let's take a look at what we got here. Yep, that is a lot of bolts. So I am going to take myself a victory hop and get on out of here. And with that, we should have enough bolts to cover us for the rest of the game. I'm going to head right on back to Auto Shop to see what I can pick up, and I hope you guys and gals will join me. Let's go see what we can buy, huh? And with this many bolts, we are going to be able to buy quite a bit. I am going to be making sure that I pick up the ones that will be most important for the upcoming Fortress stages. You already saw me purchase the super armor for defensive purposes, but I'm going to make sure I up my offensive capabilities as well, starting with the energy saver, which allows me to get a few extra uses out of my special weapons. Always a good thing at this time of the game. I'm also going to make sure that I get both buster parts, whether the one be called the super or stronger buster, and of course the hyper buster. Along with that, there will be one other additional purchase, although not as important. But in the end, I'm going to spend, if I'm doing my math right, and I haven't forgotten anything I've bought over the course of these vids, a grand total of 1,770 bolts. All of a sudden, that 800 I just picked up in the capsule room doesn't seem like so much, huh? Well, it's okay, because the very first screen in Burner Man stage with the bats and the Bunby tanks is actually a very good spot to farm for bolts without too much resistance. That will allow you to purchase everything you need, and now that I purchased the high-speed dash, something that, again, I consider to be an optional for what we're going to do, I have got everything I'm going to want and need. So thanks for helping me out, Auto, but it's time to get going, because the final battle line has been drawn and King Tower is open for business. and Bass and I are about to make it our business to go in guns a-blazing. Get ready, King, because the battle begins next time.